I'm telling you, this is all for the better, Nathan continuously replied in response to my questions for the past 5 minutes. I'd gotten fed up with this kid. I kept telling him my parents are going to kill me if they found out I ditched a class twice in one day. He didn't listen to me. I wanted to read the book that I had checked out from the library earlier, but it seemed like I would never get the time I needed to read it. The time I need to read it. I wanted to slap Nathan in the face so badly and run back to the gymnasium hall, but Nathan has full control over the fraud. He was going to tell everybody part of the Clyde killers my fraud, my schedule, and my address, and what I look like. Then I'd be dead. This time it would be a reality. For some insight, Nathan said as we exited the school through the back door, the only people who have complete power over this school over the school are the Clyde killers. Nobody else has power because nobody wants to test the so-called authority that this group has. Including the principal, I asked in shock. The wet grass from the morning dew was making my shoes wet. It was kind of annoying. Yes, Nathan replied. Matter of fact, the City Hall is afraid of this group. City Hall, the Clyde killers. I felt like I knew somebody from City Hall named Clyde, but I couldn't quite grasp the thought I was trying to think about at that moment. Okay, I muttered. How long will we be taking a walk out here? Nathan looked at me with a huge grin before speaking. The whole period. I sighed, but tried to keep my disappointment aside to not tick off Nathan. Then I remembered everything I wanted to question Nathan about today. From that Ronald dude to how he mentioned himself as a fraud of that group, and that Anthony dude he talked a bit about yesterday. I needed to question Nathan about all of this immediately. Ronald is my friend, and my fraud name is Nathan Becky Jr., Nathan confidently said after I asked him the questions that were in my mind. And we don't talk about Anthony. Don't say a word about him before I ruin your fraud. Not being surprised by Nathan's animosity, I began to think about what he had just told me. Had just told me. Ronald being his friend doesn't tell me anything. If Ronald is part of the Clyde killers and Nathan is a fraud of their group, then that means that Nathan is plotting a homicide against me. Who specifically is Ronald, I asked. Ronald is my friend in the group, he replied, but outside of the group, we're enemies. Becoming a fraud in this massive, powerful group at Greenfield High School is insane. Ronald is a nice person. You should get to know him, Nathan kindly said. I'm good. I don't need more friends at the moment. I laughed Nathan's request off. I wasn't going to be making any friends in that group. Knowing that any moment Nathan could betray me and ruin my life is a scary thought to think about. If City Hall feared this group, then I couldn't look to them for help. Do you know why their group is named the Clyde Killers and not anything else? Nathan stopped walking. I actually forgot we were even walking. Their old name was the Franklin Allies, Nathan started. Then they changed their name to the Xavier Killers, and now their name is the Clyde Killers. I felt like this all meant something, but I couldn't quite think of it at that moment. There was a clear connection to Mr. Franklin, that's for certain. Honestly, they have a weird taste in names, Nathan said. I nodded my head in agreement. Are we heading back down in that murky basement again? I asked curiously. Heck no, Nathan shrieked. I laughed at Nathan opening his girly side of himself. Will we head down there next week? I asked, trying to hold back laughter. Depends, he replied, but most likely yes. That was certainly something to be looking forward to. Nathan and I had a pretty long conversation about, to put it frankly, boring stuff. Unimportant, useless topics. I don't know why he had to take me out to the side yard for the whole period so we could talk. I found that stupid. I felt information deprived, however. I had heard nothing incredibly special in a long time. Even though that was a lie, I still felt as if nothing special had happened in a long time. The only crazy thing that happened was going down in that basement and making a fraud link. I wondered when my parents would be home because they were gone when I got home yesterday, and they were still gone in the morning. I honestly should hope that, and they were still gone this morning. I honestly should hope that they don't come back to the end of the weekend, because they probably got a lot of emails regarding my truancies and unexcused absences. As third period concluded and fourth period was underway, I actually went to my class this time, with few issues this time around. Nathan was still walking in the side yard picking out every yellow flower he saw. Don't ask me why he was doing that, because I really have no clue. Anyhow, when I was sitting in my fourth period class, I remember the book I had checked out from this morning. Screw my algebra class, I thought to myself. I'm going to read this book instead of doing my work, and that's exactly what I did. And and that's exactly what I did. I opened the first page of the book, revealing that it was actually book number 7 of 8 in a series. I didn't care. I was gonna read this in hopes of possibly finding techniques from a much older person on how to change identity successfully and make it work. For whatever reason, even though Mr. Zeno kept continuously ranting about algebra and proportions and pi and whatever, he didn't notice me intently reading a book not related to what he was trying to teach in any way. I was incredibly happy about that.